Hello, everyone. As promised, we're back in studio, and I want to introduce you to someone. This is Miss Pamela Chanel David. Now, I said that right.
You did.
All right. Well, this is Pamela Chanel David, and I met her through David, and she has a powerful story that I want to let her tell. And there's some other things I want to talk about. You got a book going on. You got a lot of lives you impact. It's so much to talk about. But can you introduce yourself a little bit to the URCL community and just start off talking about some of the transformative things that you went through that really kind of awaken some of the things you're doing now?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
You know, my story actually begins years ago, but I actually had a very critical medical appointment. I was morbidly obese, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, high sugars. I was actually told I may not make it to my next annual exam.
Wow.
That's how serious things had gotten. And of course, you know, you don't get that way overnight. I'm 5 feet tall. And I weighed over 300 pounds.
Wow.
And you do not get that way overnight. It's something that progressive happens. Today, as I stand here, I've lost over 160 of those pounds.
Wow, congratulations.
And it's interesting because it's actually what I've gained in the process that's actually served as the momentum for my life.
So you almost, you lost weight, but gained something even more.
Yes. So the weight that I've gained has gotten me healthier. I have very normal blood, counts and results and everything today. But it's the process that I went through that I realized our thoughts are so important that they dictate exactly where we've become. I didn't even realize, even over 300 pounds, that my weight had gotten in my way.
Wow.
And so it was the reinvention process that I had to take myself through, not just losing of the weight and subsequent things I've infused in my life, but it was the process that I went through that made me realize I could think differently, I could be differently, I could inspire. And that has been the biggest inspiration.
Well, I want to take a quick moment to show some proof of what you're talking about, because some of y'all might not believe this, but let me show you some footage here. Let's put this on the screen here for me. And I've got some pictures here now. This is you, a before and after on the left, which is just, I mean, remarkable, the transformation. And then on the right, here you are running. What is this? Is this a marathon of some sort?
Yeah, I was at the San Francisco Half Marathon there.
Wow, wow, what a transformation.
Thank you.
What a transformation. And so, as you can see, now, I know when you think about that transformation, and I know there's a lot of things. I know you've been, with David for a while. I know you were, heavily involved with Javita and the coffee, and that contributed to your health as well. But I've learned something about you that's even so much deeper than that, where you really start to think about a person's life, and I connect with you so much because you get into how people think and this possibility of reinvention. Can you say a little bit about that? You know you have a book coming up. Tell me what is going on about this passion you have around reinvention.
Well, when you look at those two pictures, to me, and they're both of me, I'm equally as proud of both of them. And I think that is the key to it. I was very proud of always who I was and some of my accomplishments. And certainly I'm the mother of 3 beautiful now adults. And so I had a lot of wonderful things going on in my life. However, it's the thoughts that got me there with no desire to stop at all. That's become the motivation for the rest of my life.
Powerful, yeah. So the thoughts that got you to that transformation has become this fuel that's pushing you forward now.
Yes, because what it did was it opened it up, and you already said that word. It opened it up to the possibilities of what can happen if you set your mind to something. I had literally a life or death sentence in front of me. I had a choice at that moment to recognize something is what it is. I've got to figure out a path to make a correction.
Right.
And it's a course correction.
Absolutely.
It's basically what it is.
Or sometimes in business they call it a pivot, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and so I love what you're saying because it resonates so much with the You Are CEO message. And I'm so happy that you're becoming a part of this movement and going to be helping to change lives together with us, because we talk about that CEO moment, that moment in your life where something hits and you realize, I've got to take charge of the situation.
Yeah.
I've got to make a decision. And it seems like you really had a CEO moment. I want to read something real quick that you wrote, and I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek. Now, she has a book coming out, very soon here, I think in August.
Yes.
And I want all of you to support her, the Reinvented Life.
The Reinvented Life.
And this is I got a sneak peek, and I got a quote here that I think is powerful that I want to share with you all. Personal justice is really nothing more than a reflection of how you are justly treating yourself. When you're treating yourself in a new way, whatever your ambition is, it is going to reflect again upon the community and the group and the linking of who you're together with. So you're showing a direct connection between how I treat and feel about myself to how I can impact others in the world. Tell me more about this quote.
Yeah, so what I came to realize, and again, I gained a lot more than I lost in this entire process.
Wow.
You know, the picture you showed up there on the right showed me about to cross the finish line of a San Francisco half marathon. I want you to realize, and the viewers and everyone to realize, I had never exercised a day in my life. Wow. 9 months before that half marathon. Never a day.
Never a day in your life?
Never a day in my life. A friend of mine encouraged me, after having lost already 120 pounds, to infuse fitness into my life, because I had lost all that weight. And my old thoughts and my old paradigm would have just kept me there. Oh, I look better now.
Right.
I feel better now.
That's good enough, yeah.
But what I didn't realize is that you can operate on such a higher level. And that's how it fits into the concept of personal justice. Because when we are just to ourselves, we are as absolutely fair to ourselves as we possibly can be, then we can show up in a much more significant way for the community.
Right.
In today's world, it's all about collaboration. It's all about who we're with.
Right.
That's why I am so incredibly proud to be part of this movement.
Oh, thank you.
Because this is about people at the end of the day taking charge of their life. And in the book, The Reinvented Life, what I share with people is to not take on everything at one time. Take a step by step by step approach.
Right.
There were times during that half marathon I actually had to stop. I did not think I could keep going. I had people just going by me and going by me, and I found a bench and I sat down, and I am the first to say I could not even do that continuously.
Wow.
But the key is that I finished. The key is that I made it across that finish line, and more than that, it was an inspiration to thousands of people, because people knew I wasn't prior an athlete.
Right.
It was the changing of the thoughts that I have athletic ability. I didn't even know I could do the first step.
Right.
My first time I walked 50 yards, I was winded. That's an analogy for the rest of my life. People taking charge, being the CEO of their own life, starts with how just they are to themselves. And recognizing there's gonna be fallbacks, there's gonna be setbacks.
Challenges,
Challenges that they have, but every time they've taken a little step further and they've grown. And that's the key. We just all grow.
Yeah, that is so beautiful, the way you put that all together and correlating that with your life. And I know we just have a few more minutes, but I really want to talk a few more hours. I really love what you're going over. And tell me a little bit more about why you feel passionate about being a part of the URCL movement. I'm so happy you're here. It seemed like you've already been here, right? I believe in the things that you're, teaching and promoting, and so we're so thankful to see you be a part of this, because you definitely are the CEO of your life, CEO of your health. So tell me, in some final thoughts, why do you feel the URCL movement is so important, and how do you feel about, linking up to get out there and help change lives through this message?
The main thing I love about it is it helps people recognize that the way they think what their thoughts are every day can help dictate the next steps of their lives.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And so everything that I have looked at with the CEO movement is about what are the opportunities? What are the possibilities? What are those positive pieces that I can infuse in my life? Right. And it doesn't mean that there can't be difficult things going on in people's lives. I know in the last segment, David was talking about an incredibly difficult situation, which is that of people taking on their own lives and suicide, you know? And I think the important piece of that is to recognize that people are going to have challenges. They are going to have things, but it's the manner in which you think about those challenges and can overcome them one step at a time.
Beautiful.
What I love also is the resources. The resources and the content that you and your team have developed is incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Because it opens up the possibility of educating oneself and learning and growing and thinking in positive ways to everyone. It's such an accessible movement that thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have access now to this kind of content.
Absolutely. Well, that was so well said. I mean, I just think that's a drop the mic moment because, you know, that's really what we want to see. We want to see more people like you, more people like me, more people like David that want to see people's lives change, but also we want our lives changed. We want to be changed, and it's through that change of, like what David said about example, by being an example of what the movement means in terms of how we manage our challenges, it just begins to spread everywhere. So I just want to thank you so much for being on this show. I'm so happy about some things we're going to do together. I can already see it's going to be explosive. So thank you so much for being on the show. And all of you out there, again, this is Pamela Chanel David. Her book is coming out really soon, so we're going to be, you know, looking out for that, The Reinvented Life. And you'll be seeing a lot more of her in the URCL movement. She's one of us, and we also going to be working together to see as many people's health improve as well as their overall mind and life. Any final goodbyes you want to say?
I would. I'd like to just thank everyone, first of all, and thank yourself for listening. And for people to remember that the more mindful you are, the more authentic you are, the more real you get with yourself first, it's going to help your life improve naturally. And that's a lesson I had to learn. Everything was always perfect with me, yet it wasn't always perfect.
Exactly.
And that is the key, is that be real and be authentic, and it inspires other people to be that way.
Perfect. You put a great period on this whole segment. We're going to go to a quick clip. When I come back, I got one more special. This is a show full of special surprises, so make sure you come back. We're going to have another short clip, and I'll see you soon.